Hello, I am Jeremias Adams-Prassl. I'm a professor of law at the University of Oxford in the United Kingdom, and I'm the author of Humans as a Service, The Promise and Peril of Work in the Gig Economy. The gig economy has become the focus of much policy discussion and attention as the coronavirus starts to grip countries across the world. One of the key questions has been as to the applicability of existing employment law regimes. And nowhere have we seen these pressures more harshly than when it comes to the gig economy. As explored in my book, in the day-to-day operation of our economies, the gig economy brings both significant advantages, but also potential downsides, the promise and perils of which I speak in chapters 3 and 4. The idea being that on the one hand, flexibility can be really useful to workers, but on the other, the existence without the scope of basic employment protection can provide real difficulty and challenges for the workforce. With the advent of COVID-19 around the world, those challenges in particular are increasingly starting to come out. Gig workers, particularly those engaged in physical gig economy work, whether it's delivery services, transportation services, or other small tasks that are supplied through platforms and digital intermediaries, they are nearly always unable to work from home. They're therefore exposed to the front line, and if anything, demand for their services, think for example about delivery services, has skyrocketed and exploded. Now, the problem from a legal perspective here, the key challenge we're facing is that these workers are outside the scope of any employment protective status. That means should they fall ill, for example, they have nothing at all to fall back on in terms of basic protections, in terms of a guarantee of paid sick leave, for example. But it also means that overall the lack of flexibility in terms of when you take time off, for example, that is genuine flexibility, where there's no sanctions, no immediate loss of earnings, also provides a real challenge for policymakers. On the other hand, we now increasingly see various countries developing new schemes that also provide income protection for the self-employed. But here, once more, the often informality and transitory nature of gig work can make it very difficult for gig economy workers to apply those schemes to their day-to-day existence. So, the upshot of this all is that my call for a level playing field, where what looks at work gets treated legally as work, is more important than ever. And it's crucially for us to remember that employment rights are not just about protecting workers. They play an equally important role in protecting all of us as customers, as consumers, as taxpayers. Just think, for example, about the economic incentives facing somebody who is sick and who has a choice between having to continue to go to work, go deliver to lots of different people's households, or being able to be safely at home on sick leave. You can see very quickly that when faced with these sort of choices, there might be strong incentives to go to work, even when from a public health perspective, that would be not avoidable. So it is my big hope that now more than ever, we recognize that yes, there is real advantage in the gig economy, not least in challenge situations, but it cannot continue to go on without a basic level of protection for workers, applying employment status and ensuring there's a level playing field for all. Thank you.